This is the Planet Reigate podcast.
Hello, I'm Peter Stewart. Welcome to this week's episode. It's episode 12 for the 1st of December. Welcome to the show. On the way, we've got Pub in the Park news, tickets and when they're on sale, the band's performing, celebrity chef appearances as well. Lots of Christmas events in the Good Time Guide, sales, fairs, concerts, wreath making, Santa appearances, the whole 9 yards. Details of a welly walk and jewellery making, where Santa will be on his local tour this week, and a festive pizza, paint and slime night. Sounds good, doesn't it? Plus, a gift drive for kids who are going to be in East Surrey Hospital over Christmas, a charity that would like you to skydive for them next year. If you're involved in a local sports team, you'll want to hear the details of a local sports awards. If you're going to see the Christmas display at Polesden, look out for what's been made by a woman from Redhill. We'll tell you how it's been made. Plus, 2 people want your old bottles. Yes, you did hear that right. We'll tell you about the oven-baked octopus locally, the masts on Reigate Hill, and roadworks in Woodhatch for the next few weeks. Plus, we're going to be hearing about the late-night shopping event in Reigate and a pop-up shop in Reigate as well. Now, if you're thinking, that's an awful lot of Reigate, I can also tell you we're mentioning Redhill, Wray Common, Merstham, South Nutfield, Norwood Hill, Brockham Green, Gatton Park, Charlwood, Earlswood, Hawley and Woodhatch. When was the last time your local or national TV station covered all of them, eh? But first of all, let me give a couple of mentions to some people who've been in touch or who I met over the course of the last few days. Well, there was the Winter Wonderland Christmas Fayre at Wray Common School, which I went to last week. There's all sorts of fantastic things going on. There was Rudolph coin drop, there was a sprout roulette and knock the elf off the shelf and all sorts of things as well. And you'll be able to hear my report from there next week. Plus, I'm going to be speaking to Will, who was there as well, and said, I'd like to talk on the Planet Reigate podcast. So, Will, hello. Nice to see you and your brother and your dad, James, as well. And also, in fact, several people came up to me and said, you're the man from the podcast, because I was handing out some leaflets. So, to the woman who says her mum listens every week, I missed your name and I do apologise because it was all quite busy, wasn't it? But thank you so much indeed. There was another family as well, kind of an extended family. There was also Natasha's neighbour. Now, Natasha featured in a previous episode of the show. She does Yogashala down at Buckland Lake, and her neighbour has been listening to the show as well after Natasha appeared, as I say, on a previous episode. So thank you to all of you who came up and said hello and the kind things that you said about the podcast. It was really, really lovely for you to do that. Also, Surrey and Sussex Healthcare Maternity Voices Partnership. That's quite a mouthful, isn't it? They got a shout out last week on the Planet Reigate podcast, and they've written to me to say thank you so much for the announcement about our upcoming Maternity Voices meeting. And the Planet Reigate podcast is ace for all things local. And they said, everyone should give them a listen every week. I couldn't agree more. And this from the Little Fair, who we mentioned last week as well, who've written, hi, absolutely love the podcast. And, I'm sorry about this, but forgive me for mentioning just a couple more. Claire says, congratulations on the success of the podcast. I think it's just what Reigate needs to promote itself and to keep locals updated. I know I'm plugging it as much as possible. Claire, thank you so much indeed. And one more to finish off from Lauren, who says, it's a fantastic podcast. Thanks so much for being there. We intend to be here for a while yet, Lauren. Thank you all for your kind words. It really means an awful lot to me. Now, here is the Planet Reigate Planner. We call it the Good Time Guide.
The Good Time Guide. Things to do and places to go on the Planet Reigate podcast.
OK, let's start off with some Pub in the Park news. Now, as I said last week, the Reigate event is back next year and it's bigger than this year's was. So the dates for your diary, the 12th to the 14th of July in Priory Park. Yes, you heard that correct. The 12th, the 13th and the 14th. Now, tickets go on sale this coming Tuesday, the 5th at 10 a.m, but only if you went this year, the general sale opens on Wednesday. Okay, the organisers say they want it to be Surrey's best event for families, featuring both weekend camping and glamping opportunities. So it's a food and music event, and top of the bill, the spaceman himself, Sam Ryder, is going to be joining us in town on the Friday night. He's our almost winner of Eurovision 2022, of course. And we understand that the Saturday is going to be featuring McFly. All About You was their big hit, wasn't it? And they're going to be joined by ex-Spice Girl Mel C, who's going to be performing on the same day. And Sunday, it's all going to close, go out with a bang, as Scouting for Girls play out the festival as well. So that's the music. What about the chef's bit? Tom Kerridge is going to be heading up the team. Of course, it's his event, isn't it? Plus, Simon Rimmer, Matt Tebbert, and Sam and Shauna have all signed up. You'll recognise them from the TV. Plus the food critic Jay Rayner from BBC Radio 4. He's also on The One Show as well, isn't he? Pops up all over the place as well. Plus Candice Brown, and she's the winner of the 2016 Great British Bake Off, and several more as well. So as I say, general sale tickets open on Wednesday the 6th of December. Now, if you want to mention, let us know about your event. Fill out the form. It's easy to do. You'll find it on the planetreigatepodcast.com. So what's happening today, Saturday, the 2nd of December? Well, Santa is arriving by helicopter, courtesy of the Reigate Round Table in Priory Park at around 9:30 this morning, weather permitting. And then the Reigate Business Guild Christmas Fayre taking place along Church Street from 11:30 through till 5. There's a light switch on by a certain celebrity around about 4:30 at the Old Town Hall. So fantastic stalls, food, drink, gifts, live music, charity, tombola. So Church Street's going to be closed from 6 in the morning Saturday to 7:30, and they expect an awful lot of people, so they're encouraging people to walk or go by train if possible. There will be free parking in all council car parks in Reigate today, Saturday, so be aware of that. Let's hear a little bit more. Heard from David, didn't we, last week about this?
It's going to have 64 stalls all the way down here, which will be filled with all different types of businesses. In the tunnel there'll be an additional 20 stalls, and there'll be a massive stage which will have different acts, and then we also have lights being turned on at the end of the day.
It's not just Reigate, of course. Christmas is happening in Redhill as well. And today, Saturday, Andre Rieu's White Christmas is going to be shown at 7 o'clock at the Light in Redhill. And also, this is the day that there's going to be carols, and the gift wrapping service starts at the Belfry. Local charities and community groups bringing some Christmas cheer and present wrapping. Plus, Christmas trees are on sale today by the 34th Reigate Scout Group, 9 to 12 at the Old Oak in Mead Vale. Age Concern have a Christmas fair, packed full of handmade crafts, refreshments, tombola, charity shop items, 11 till 3 at the Merstham Centre on Weldon Way. The South Nutfield Choral Society have their Christmas concert at 7:30. It's at St Matthew's Church in Redhill. Contact 07841 827 496. The Brockham Green Horticultural Society have Christmas wreath and table decoration workshop today, Saturday, between 10 and 12 at Brockham Village Hall. For more information, bghsociety@hotmail.com. There's a creative jewellery workshop and a Christmas open studio today and tomorrow at 26 White Post Hill, RH1. You'll have the opportunity to buy unique handmade gifts by local designers and artisans. And they'll have everything from ceramics and jewellery to locally grown Christmas wreaths and healthy homemade treats. Furnistore have a Christmas tabletop sale today. Christmas decorations, gifts, trees, candle holders and much more between 10 and 4 at 34 Holmthorpe Avenue. Tomorrow, Sunday the 3rd, Gatton Park have a Christmas winter welly walk between 11 and 3. Follow the trail and find Christmas clues and toast marshmallows over the campfire. Book at gattonpark.co.uk. Charlwood Charlwood Recreation Ground between 4 and 6 tomorrow have a winter spectacular. Yeah, all the usual activities will be scheduled. Father Christmas will arrive on his sparkly snowy sleigh with elves, carol singers. Wine is going to be mulled, and there's going to be delicious mince pies and hot dog treats to tempt your taste buds. So that's Charlwood Recreation Ground between 4 and 6 o'clock tomorrow, Sunday. On Tuesday, a Christmas wreath-making classes will be going on at the Fox Revived pub in Norwood Hill. So that's Tuesday at 10 a.m, Thursday the 7th at 6:30. Prices £55. Please bring gardening gloves and warm clothes because the classes are going to be outside in a marquee with heaters. 01293 229270. Inner Art Tuition have an inspiring Christmas art workshop for adults. So that's 16 years and above. The 5th to the 16th of December. Yeah, let our friendly Inner Art tutor team take you through simple steps to create unique artwork to brighten your walls this winter. See their website for details. Tuesday, as I say, is also the day that tickets go on sale for Pub in the Park Reigate 2024. If you went this year, if you didn't go this year, you'll have to wait till Wednesday the 6th of December, when Reigate Comedy Club have their incredible Christmas special. Yeah, featuring Paul Tonkinson, Dominic Frisby and Nico Yearwood. It's happening at Old Reigation's RFC on RH2. Doors open at 7, live at 8 o'clock. Go to ReigateComedyClub.com for more details. The Redhill Business Guild says you can join us for Christmas drinks and networking at the Junction in the centre of Redhill on Wednesday from 5:30. But you do have to email redhillbusinessguild@gmail.com to reserve your place. So Santa's going to be starting his route, courtesy of Reigate and Redhill Roundtable. On Wednesday, he's in the Dudes Road area. In fact, starting off at 6:30 on Holmesdale Road, just by the train station there. A reminder again, if you want to mention, let us know about your event. Fill out the form you'll find at theplanetreigatepodcast.com. Thursday, the Surrey Circle have a Christmas wreath-making workshop. Fun with your friends in the run-up to Christmas, held at the Loft Reigate. £85 it's going to be for that one, so get in touch with the Loft if you want some more details there. Get ready for Christmas with Redhill Library at 4 o'clock on Thursday. They'll help you get your letter ready to send straight to the North Pole. Yeah, the session is free for any children of any age who want to tell Santa their Christmas wishes. And Santa's route on Thursday is from Ringwood Avenue around 4:30, and that's in the French's Road area. Friday the 8th of December, Reigate Methodist Church have their Christmas Tree Festival. Friday between 12 and 5, Saturday between 10 and 5, and next Sunday between 12 and 4. Trees decorated and sponsored by various groups and businesses. There's going to be carols and refreshments going on there as well. South Nutfield Choral Society have another of their winter concerts next Friday at 7:30 at St Matthew's Church in Redhill. Again, details 07841 827 496. Father Christmas is on Hardwick Road from 6:30 and is going to be meeting and greeting in the Nutley Lane area next Friday. And we always have a sneak peek ahead to next Saturday as well, so here we go. From 12 p.m. till late, an event for the whole family to enjoy. It's Winter Wonderum, a charity Christmas market for the Scouts at Newton Hazel Hall. So that's 13 Battlebridge Lane in Merstham. Come and visit our stalls and browse and get your Christmas gifts there. There's a charity Christmas fundraiser in aid of the Swallows, supporting those affected by head and neck cancer and their carers. Books, pre-loved clothes, handmade crafts and so on. It's next Saturday, 9:30 till 4, Summers Hall on Slipshoe Street in Reigate. All proceeds going to theswallows.org.uk. And the English Arts Choral tell me about their next concert, a Christmas sparkler on the 9th at St Mary's Church. 3 trumpets will open with a Britain fanfare. That's going to rouse you, isn't it? It's going to be followed up from everything from the energy of Rutter's Gloria and many more. And they tell me the Christmas sparkler is interspersed with Christmas carols with audience participation, making it a night to remember. Don't miss this harmonious celebration of the season. Tickets via englisharts.org/tickets. Friends of Earlswood Schools have a Christmas fair at Earlswood Infant School next Saturday between 2 and 4, featuring Mrs Claus in her kitchen. And there's Brockham Arts Club, which is going to be putting on a festive pizza, paint and slime night, providing an artistic, relaxing and fun-filled session for, it's children aged between 7 and 4, which I'm a little bit upset about. I quite fancy a festive pizza, paint and slime night myself. So it's a Brockham Arts Club, Saturday the 9th, between 6 and 8, £20 a child. That's Unit 3, Tanner's Court, Strood Green. Carol McCutcheon got in touch via the website, theplanetReigatePodcast.com, and sent me the form with this on, that the Donata Choral Society have their Winter Cheer event. So that's a concert of carols singing seasonal songs and more, with guest tenor Anthony Harris and the Donata School students. Carol says Anthony's reputation for personality, energy and warmth-filled performances have become widely recognised both on the concert platform and in musical workshops. So that's next Saturday at 7 o'clock at St Mark's Church in Alma Road. And part of Destination Redhill is the late-night shopping experience that Redhill deserves. It's next Saturday, so watch out for more details on that. And that is our good time guide for this week.
Planet Reigate is the North Downs Way and the Pilgrim's Way. And this is the Planet Reigate podcast.
Yeah, on the way, details of that gift drive for children who are going to be in East Surrey Hospital over Christmas. The charity that would like you to skydive for them next year. If you're involved in a local sports team, you'll want to hear the details of our local sports awards that we're going to be bringing you. And if you're going to see the Christmas display at Polesden, look out for what's been made by a woman from Redhill. Those stories still to come on the Planet Reigate podcast. So, have you done your Christmas shopping yet? Loads of things I've just told you about in the Good Time Guide. And we really love to support local businesses, local producers, people who are working from home and creating some marvellous gifts themselves. And we're going to be hearing from some people who have stalls at the sustainability market in Reigate in the first couple of weeks of the new year. But have you been to the Collective shop near the Bull's Head in Reigate? It's a pop-up shop just for a few weeks, selling all sorts of different things made by people who live locally. So I really wanted to find out more, so I went along and spoke with Catherine in the Collective.
This is the Planet Reigate podcast with Peter Stewart.
My name's Catherine, standing in the Collective shop in Reigate. I've come in with 5 other brands and we are all local from Reigate, Outward, Nutfield, and we've all come together to bring you a lovely little shopping experience.
Take a little tour around the shop in a few minutes' time. You can point out some of the fantastic things that you've got here from made and collected from the surrounding areas. But tell me how the idea came about.
I'm an online business and I do fairs and other pop-ups in other places and just wanted to do something around Reigate on the run-up to Christmas. The building became available, so we're just here for 2 months.
And the problem is, I guess, that Reigate is fantastic for people to come shopping. There are a whole load of independent stores. It's brilliant. It's one of the best places for shopping, probably in the county, maybe even a little bit further. But that does mean that rents are expensive.
Yes, hence we aren't in here full-time because it is very expensive. And there's quite a lot of empty spaces now within Reigate, and I was just lucky that the lovely landlady here has let us come in for a couple of months.
And you couldn't afford to come in by yourself?
No way. No, it's a case of covering the rent myself, but also the amount of stock I would have to bring in on my own to fill a shop this size is too much. And also I wanted something that wasn't just my take. I wanted something that you could come in and buy a hat if you wanted to, but a painting from somebody else or a piece of clothing from someone. It's just more of a one-stop shop.
Gift stuff, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
Or stuff to beautify yourself or your home. let's start off, shall we,
Okay.
at what you sell, which
Yes.
is actually at the... It's here.
Yes,
I
it's
thought it was at the far end.
It's all a mixture.
So, Catherine, tell me what we've got here.
We have winter woolen socks. We've got some cashmere socks, leather handbags, bobble hats, fingerless gloves, recycled cashmere fingerless gloves and headbands.
And are these things you're making yourself, you're sourcing yourself? What are you doing?
I source it myself, so I tend to go and find small independent designers that haven't hit the high street either. So then I buy their produce wholesale and then I sell it myself.
So these are things that you normally wouldn't find online or at the high street or
Yes.
anything like that.
Yeah.
Now, opposite here, we've
Yes.
got some of these fantastic designs
Yeah.
that actually you see quite a lot of by this particular artist. These are the maps of Surrey with the notable places in Surrey, or the designs with the buildings and the sites and the scenes of, what have we got here? Reigate or Godstone, Redhill, Dorking and so on.
Yep.
These are fantastic. And also over to the right, similarly designed A to Z of Surrey, and
Yes.
also some great designs that you can have up in your kitchen.
Yes, so we've also got the Surrey gins, wines and beers. So it's all locally produced. Debbie's also done these beautiful Christmas ones as well.
Talking of Christmas, over to the right-hand side, we've
Yes.
got some Christmas stars, we've got some reindeers, we've got some candle
Yeah.
holders. These are quite cute. These pottery reindeer down here as
Yes,
well.
they're lovely.
Where are these from? Who's
This
behind
is all mine as well. So again, it's smaller designers that have done all of these, and I just get them in for Christmas, and they sell very well.
You're obviously hoping for some cold weather to hit Reigate over the next few
Inspired
weeks.
my scarves and hats.
Scarves and hats, absolutely.
Yes. Some of the new ones that have come in today are our big wool blanket scarves, and then we have cashmere mixed scarves as well.
Got some fantastic lampshades hanging from the ceiling, and also some lampshades actually on the lamps over to
Yes.
the left-hand side near the back of the shop too.
So this is all done by Bell Lampshades. Louise is very talented. They're all handmade. You can either buy them in store, you can commission Lou to make them for you as well. She has a whole range of materials, or if there is material that you would like a lampshade made out of, she will make it for you.
And it's really important, is it, to support local independent traders and seamstresses and makers and
Yes.
designers, all of this kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. It's very different as well. It's not your everyday lampshade.
Tell me about these fantastic wooden boxes. Are these made locally too?
It has all come from the old bakery antiques in Redhill Aerodrome. I went in and asked if I could borrow some furniture because I didn't have any in store. All the pieces of furniture are available to buy as well. And then Rob came along and he bought some of his beautiful boxes. So these are all for sale in store as well.
You've also got some clothes rails up
Yep.
with some more clothes on.
Yes, so this all comes from SW Wardrobe. The lovely Alex brings in new clothes a couple of times a week, actually. She only buys 2 or 3 pieces of an item at a time, so not everyone's going to have the same thing. It's all very affordable clothing as well, and it's proven very, very popular.
And then let's move our way back to the front of the shop again, working our way down the left-hand side, and a whole collection of baubles. And also, the person behind this particular display has a penchant for elephants.
Ah, that's her Christmas stuff going through. So this is the old and new. Jenny does everything from cushions to vases. She sources old vintage milking stools to urns, and then she brings new pieces in as well, so a lot of lamps. She's got her Christmas baubles in now. We've got hand-painted baubles, glass ones, a lovely range of faux flowers as well that she's just started doing, which are beautiful.
Catherine, this is like a potpourri, isn't it, in here?
Yeah,
You don't know
I
what
know.
you're going to find.
No, I know. You get a bit of everything.
Absolutely, and presuming that actually when some stuff is sold, different new stuff comes in as well.
Every week we're trying to bring new products in
And you're only open for another few weeks.
till the 23rd of December.
Okay, so hopefully you've got that Christmas
Yes.
rush, people coming in for those different unusual gifts, as we say, that
Yep.
they won't be able to get in many other places or
Yes.
indeed any other places.
Exactly.
Tell me again about how it supports local independent people who are trying their best to make something a little bit different.
You can come in, you can see the produce, you can see...
You need to touch and feel, don't you?
Yeah, of
You need to
course.
see a proper colour
Yes,
of something.
Exactly. You know, with scarves, with throws, you can come in and feel it rather than just buying it online, which you don't know what quality. It supports us, who a lot of us do it online anyway, but we do go out and we do the fairs. But it's lovely being able to come into a nice warm shop.
It's the warmth, isn't it? Absolutely. Remind people where you are and where you are until.
So we're on Reigate High Street. We're just past the Bull's Head pub before you hit Cannakin. We are called The Collective and we're here till the 23rd of December.
On the way, we've got two people who want your old bottles. We'll tell you about oven-baked octopus, the masts on Reigate Hill and the roadworks in Woodhatch for the next few weeks. Our Crack the Code comes from Merstham. Our 60-second soundscape to end the show comes from Redhill. Plus, if you're a Lewis Hamilton fan, you'll want to hear this week's Hidden Treasure. Plus, our Planet Reigate stars in a short while from Woodhatch, East Surrey Hospital, and hear a lovely story of a little girl and her apple. All on the way on the Planet Reigate podcast. OK, in our news sequence, got a couple of headlines, literally just a couple of sentences on these. The big news this week seems to be the resurfacing of plans to move Reigate Priory Junior School after the Department for Education confirmed that the current building is not in line with modern learning requirements. More details on that and the possibility of reorganising all other local primary schools in the area at the same time on the Surrey County Council website. I should say there are several public meetings going to be held as well, so if you're interested in that topic, get on that website and find out those details. And as is clearly stated on our website, we don't do politics and we don't take sides. Also, Surrey police teams based in Reigate are going to be moving to a temporary home for a couple of years after unstable concrete was found in their building. So the teams are moving to Surrey Fire and Rescue's former headquarters, Ray Park in Alma Road, for between 18 and 24 months. The front counter is going to be staying at Caterham. More on that story on the BBC website. OK, let's move on. Reigate Fire Station are doing a gift collection for children who are spending time in hospital over the Christmas period. So they're collecting for East Surrey Hospital and the Children's Trust. They want donations in the form of new children's toys and gifts for boys and girls through the age ranges. Gifts have got to come unwrapped because crew are going to check them and then wrap them. No consumables, please. Maximum value of £10. And they ask that all donations are delivered to Reigate Fire Station. Got advance notice from the Royal British Legion. The Hawley Group is going to be visiting Ypres next year in March 2024. Now, you don't need to be a member of the RBL to join them on that 3-day visit. So the trip's going to include coach to and from Hawley, Channel crossing, 5-star hotel accommodation, including some food, the Menin Gate Memorial Service and a day trip to the war graves as well. Places of interest, monuments and a qualified local tour guide. If you want more information on that, 07753 854 121. Also advance notice, the YMCA in East Surrey say, join us, won't you, on Saturday the 17th of August for an exhilarating experience like no other. Yeah, this is the charity skydive I've been mentioning during the course of the show so far. Imagine the rush of free falling at speeds of over 120 miles an hour before gracefully descending onto terra firma. You know what, I'd rather not. If it's all the same with you, it's an opportunity to conquer your fears. I'm going to leave my fears well and truly unconquered. Push your limit to make unforgettable memories. Yeah, if you do this, you know, my heart goes out to you. My heart would actually be in my mouth, to be quite honest. All while supporting the YMCA East Surrey. So that event is open to anyone 16 and above. You can sign up at ymcaeastsurrey.org.uk. There's a new project being run by Merstham Community Group. It's called the Hub Cafe. It's going to run every Monday to Friday, 10 till 2, but they need volunteers. It launches with lunches on Monday, so get in touch with Merstham Community Group if you want some more information on that. Now, last week there was the Reigate and Banstead Business Awards, wasn't there? Hope you caught our special report in last week's show. The people who won those awards were beside themselves with excitement.
I can't believe it, honestly. I'm really proud and overwhelmed.
We've just proven that we've worked exceptionally hard in trying to be a very good quality business.
It's great recognition for everyone's hard work.
My team have got us to where we are, and I couldn't do it without my team.
The council do amazing things, and if you miss the opportunity to get advice, then it's time wasted.
I don't have words. This is recognition to our community. That's all I can say, I think.
Honestly, I didn't expect to win. This is like a massive, massive surprise, and I'm chuffed.
Absolutely thrilled.
We're a bit blown away because we were not expecting to be to be awarded.
Thank you so much. I'm literally shaking. I thought I was going to drop the award.
Well, I think we're going to go and get a bottle of champagne from the bar first of all.
Well, now the nominations for the annual Reigate and Banstead Sport Awards have opened. So these are free to enter and they highlight the incredible sporting achievements and dedication of local people. So there are 11 categories to pick from, covering all ages and abilities. Volunteer of the Year, Young Volunteer of the Year, Changing Lives Award, Sportsperson, Young Sportsperson, Coach of the Year, Club, Team of the Year, Junior Team, Senior Citizen Award and the Inclusive Sport Award as well. Nominations close on the 28th of January with the award ceremony on the 14th of March next year. For more information, go to the council website where you can nominate people as well. News from East Surrey Hospital. They've introduced a new self-service check-in for outpatients and they're on the lookout for incredible individuals to join them as volunteer meter and greeters. Yeah, you'll greet patients with warmth and kindness as they arrive, guide them through the self-service check-in, direct them to the right waiting area, maybe take or collect notes from different departments, and you maybe even accompany patients to different appointments in different parts of the hospital as well. If you want more information on that, it's varb.org.uk. That's VARB, standing for Voluntary Action Reigate Banstead, varb.org.uk. Now, if you visit Polesden Lacey this festive season, do say hello to the life-size floral fairy godmother installation that Leanne from Redhill has created. Situated in the tea room. Yeah, it's in the tea room in the big house. So it's not the cafe, it's the tea room actually in the main house. Comes complete with a willow wand to grant your wishes and a crown of honesty, in case you're in any doubt of her magnificence. And Leanne tells me the dress is made of yew and bracken that's actually come from the Polesden estate, sleeves of pine and miscanthus. She says, my father wove the willow wand and I created a crown of peeled honesty which catches the light beautifully and adds to her ethereal presence. Her wings are covered in fine Spanish moss. She says, I used a mannequin with bespoke adaptations made by the Polesden premises team, which I then covered in multiple layers of chicken wire to create the desired shapes. Special thanks to Lauren and the house team, the premises team, Mike and Glyn in the gardens and estate, plus Val and Jane who assisted with her construction. So she stands about 6 feet tall. She's going to be on display in the tea room till early January. And you can find Leanne at wildstonefloral.co.uk, on Instagram as well, wildstonefloral. I'm looking forward to seeing that because I'm going to be going in the next few days. Now, Ross says, have you been walking through the woods or fields and randomly come across glass or pottery lying on the floor? Well, maybe even bottles. If so, it's more than likely an old rubbish tip. He says we're hoping to find more old tips, especially the ones from the 1800s, and get in contact with landowners so we can hopefully organise permission digs. They're not worth lots of money, but to us Surrey bottle collectors, a certain find may help us complete our collections. Who knew? Drop us a message and we can try and organise a permission dig. So you can check out Ross Harverson on Facebook. If you want more details of Ross, then drop me a line at hello@theplanetreigatepodcast.com. And the Nature Reclaimed shop says we're in desperate need of empty wine bottles with flat bottoms, so no dimple. If you've got any empties, we'd be really grateful for your contribution and we'll swing by to actually pick these up. Let's give these bottles a second life. Now, I know that Nature Reclaimed actually turn these bottles into things like lights and candle holders. So if you've got one of those really smart wine bottles with a fantastic label, or maybe a gin bottle of a fantastic shape or design, then get in touch with Nature Reclaimed on Facebook. Again, if you want some more information, drop me a line at hello@theplanetreigatepodcast.com. Now, last week we mentioned the Surrey Hills National Landscape Symposium, a free event at Surrey University last weekend, talking about the Surrey Hills. Obviously, we are in the Surrey Hills, and the trees that we've got around us and the future of this whole area. If you want to watch back that video, it is on YouTube. You can search for Surrey Hills Symposium. It's a bit difficult to find, I have to say. Guess what? If you want more information, drop me a line. I'll send you the link. Now, have you heard about a new restaurant that's supposed to be opening up in Redhill? It's Cappadocia. And they do say, yeah, we've been a bit delayed, but we are still aiming to open our doors by late next year, so late 2024. So Turkish food is what they do at Cappadocia, and my Turkish pronunciation is maybe not what it should be, but my English pronunciation leaves a little to be desired on some occasions. So I'm using the anglicised equivalents. They have Turkish pizza, oven-baked octopus, marinated fillets of sardines, plus, of course, as you might expect, falafels, saksuka, calamari. So think lots of olive oil, garlic, herbs, feta, lamb, things like that. If you want to check out their website and their menu, then they've got various places. Our next local one is Epsom. You might have been to that. Paul says, I work for the company that operates the masts on Reigate Hill. I was wondering where the best place to take photographs of the structures would be so we can show the changing scenery over the seasons. And if you've got any nice photos of the towers, we'd love to see them as well. Can you help Paul? Get in touch if you want his details. The SASH charity at East Surrey Hospital are doing some research. They say we need your help. They're looking for 6 to 8 people to take part in a small group session about what they do. It'll last about an hour and a half, and if you're interested, then you can get in touch with them and they'll get in touch back with you to arrange a call in the next few days. So if you're interested in that and you're selected to join and take part in the research, they will give you a £30 Amazon voucher. Again, it's a bit tricky to actually verbalise where that link is, but if you are interested, then get in touch with me, hello@theplanetreigatepodcast.com, and I'll pass their details on to you. Now, you may remember Rebecca, who we interviewed in episode 3 of the Planet Reigate podcast from Be Your Own Birth, the hypnobirthing and antenatal education classes. She says, I can't believe it, we've been going for a whole year. And to celebrate, Rebecca's offering a 10% discount towards any of her upcoming one-day group birth preparation courses or pregnancy relaxation evenings. Just type BYOB10, that's digit 10, BYOB10 into the discount box on the ticket tailor or the one-day courses, or quote the code in your email to her when you're booking space for a relaxation evening. So that is Be Your Own Birth. You've got to check out that. We don't do those kinds of money off vouchers very often, but Rebecca is a fan of the show and indeed a friend of the show and one of our very first guests on the show. So of course, Becca, we're going to be doing that for you this week. And a heads up that Surrey Highways are about to do safety improvement works on Woodhatch Road and Tyler's Way. It's starting this coming week, so allow extra time for your school runs and so on. Monday to Saturday, two-way lights are going to be in place 24 hours a day. And then from Monday the 11th to Saturday to the 23rd of December, two-way lights are going to be in place during off-peak times between 9:30am and 4pm, and night closures between 8pm and 6am. And Tyler's Way is going to be closed 24 hours a day with Woodhatch Road to the junction with Coneybury through the full duration of the works from Monday the 4th to Saturday the 23rd of December. Boy oh boy, there's a lot of work that's going to be going on there, so that may affect your journey in that neck of the woods. And if you've not heard, one last thing, a new speed camera has gone up by Salford's McDonald's on the Hawley Road.
This is the Planet Reigate podcast with Peter Stewart.
On the way, Crack the Code from School Hill in Merstham, and also our Planet Reigate stars from Woodhatch, East Surrey Hospital, and I've got a terrific story about the little girl and her apple that'll melt your heart. So many events for Christmas, of course, so many opportunities to buy your presents, your gifts. There's another opportunity coming soon, and that is this coming week, where it's late night shopping in Reigate. Yeah, the shops are going to be opened a little bit later on, and more than that, a lot of them are doing special deals as well. Freebies, samples, money off vouchers, as well as opening late, mince pies, mulled wine. It's going to be great. So I thought there's an opportunity there to hear a little bit more about it from the person at the Reigate Business Guild who's pulling it all together like a trooper.
So I'm Kate Siegel. I'm the owner of Inside Out Health Shop in Reigate. I'm an independent shop And a few years ago, when we joined the Guild and then became director on the Guild, one of the things where we have these lovely Christmas lights in Reigate, and we have an excellent light turning on at the Christmas Fair. And I thought how nice it would be to have again late night shopping for the independent shops.
What do the traders say about how it improves their takings? Because
Yes.
after all, yes, you want to provide a service to people to come to Reigate and do their shopping, but also being a business guild, you're after the business as well, which is very important.
Yes. As an independent shop owner myself, I'm aware when I speak to our customers about the fact that their time is tight, particularly leading up to Christmas, got lots of other commitments and things going on. So to have an evening where you can be open later and people, if they are either with their children or can leave the children at home and come out, gives them an opportunity to shop later. And for those shops that get involved, maybe lay on something special that evening. It's a way of sharing the customers we have, creating a nice atmosphere in Reigate, and obviously if you lay on something particular in that evening for your own clients, that is nice for them, and that is then nice for them if they go on to another shop and they're doing something similar. So
It's a whole atmosphere, isn't it?
It is, yes.
And so it ends up being more of an event and bigger than the sum of its parts.
Yes, for the independent shops that do get involved, that maybe have a special discount evening, or maybe they offer something additional on the night.
Samples or whatever, that kind of thing.
And when it works well, obviously that all creates a nice atmosphere. So it does require the shops themselves to properly get involved. So I can, through the support of the Guild, get banners, posters which are taken around to the shops. Each shop can then post up what they're going to be doing onto the Guild website, saying that they're going to be open from 5 till 7 or 5 till 8 if they can, and what they're going to be offering on that evening. And the more that they do that, the more atmosphere it creates in Reigate on that night.
So how important is it, do you think, to help put Reigate on the map? I mean, the Business Guild does an awful lot of work in the town to kind of bring those different independent traders together, and something like this really helps that.
I mean, I think Reigate is quite unique in having quite a lot of independent traders, and I think that is one of the pulls and why people like to come to Reigate. Reigate feels like it's busy, it feels like it's interesting, it feels like it's active, and people look for that when they're going to visit a high street, and they can sense that when they go in the shops. And one of the big things I think independents offer is personal service, care of the customers, and that is what customers love. Also being part of the Guild, and actually I grew up here and I've got a great love for Reigate, and being involved with the Guild in supporting the local businesses. The lights are amazing, the Christmas Fair is amazing, and this is just an additional thing to continue that feel, and hopefully being part of the Guild I want to do a bit that again helps other businesses.
Remind us of the date of the late night Christmas shopping event.
Well, I can't forget it this year because it's on Thursday the 7th of December, which is my birthday. Over the last few years we've chosen to do it the Thursday after the Christmas Fair. It's quite nice on the back of the lights having been turned on at the weekend, that the following Thursday we then have another evening for people to particularly come out and wander the streets and visit the shops and enjoy the lights too.
So lovely to meet Kate for the very first time, and a reminder that the late night shopping event is going to be in Reigate, 7th of December, so this coming Thursday, from 5 o'clock, and it's all supported by Holmesdale Community Infant School, who are going to be singing some carols, as only they can, outside the Old Town Hall around about 5:30. So that extended shopping event for you this coming week in Reigate. And don't forget, if you're a Lewis Hamilton fan, you won't want to miss our Hidden Treasure feature in the next few minutes. And our 60-second soundscape to end the show is from Redhill. But first...
Crack the Code, our weekly game for Surrey spies.
Yeah, can you crack the code? This is where we give you a location somewhere in the Planet Reigate area of Reigate, Redhill, Merstham, Buckland, Betchworth, Brockham, sometimes in Bletchingley, maybe a little down into Lye as well, but essentially RH1, 2 or 3. So last week I gave you a location for a particular code. I wanted you to punch in to our computer this week to see whether it opens.
1,
Here we go. Here we are.
8, 5, 8.
Yeah, 1858. Congratulations to you if you got that. So that means that as one code has been answered, we've got another one for you to crack over the next 7 days. Planet Reigate podcast, Crack the Code. Where am I this week? Well, this week I'm actually on Betchworth Bridge. It's over the River Mole. I've just seen a couple of canoeists go underneath the bridge as well. It's quite a busy bridge at the moment. Of course, saying that, of course, nothing is passing me at the moment. And the code for this week is, on the bridge there is a plaque and it says when Betchworth Bridge was built. It says it was strengthened and refurbished in 1993 by Surrey County Council. But when does the plaque say this bridge was built? And that is your code for this week. Oh, here comes some cyclists.
Planet Reigate Stars. Thanking local heroes who are out of this world.
And we have 3 stars for this week. First of all, from Sash Charity for East Surrey Hospital, who say, wow, thanks to the anonymous donor, huge thanks in fact, both for the kind thought to donate and for the simple, kind message to Sash NHS team. Thanks for getting me through a difficult time. No, thank you. Shelley writes, my daughter absolutely loves apples. While walking around Redhill, she saw the fruit and veg stall, became so excited when she saw the apples. I asked how much one apple would be, and the ladies on the stall insisted I take one free of charge for my little girl after seeing how happy she was. And finally from Laura, isn't Woodhatch wonderful? Yeah, Laura, of course it is. I popped in today and had friendly, helpful service at the plumbing shop, grabbed a few bits at the co-op, bought some sausages from the jolly men at the butcher's, looked at the fabrics in the window of the interior shop, got something from the lovely staff at the pharmacy and a couple of bits from the eco shop as well. Everybody was so smiley and helpful. There's always somewhere to park, not too long to queue at the post office, a great barber's and a charity shop you can park near for dropping off bits. Let's support our local village and keep these businesses open. Laura, I couldn't have put it better myself.
Hidden Treasure on the Planet Reigate podcast.
This week's hidden treasure item at the Children's Trust Reigate is something that would make a lovely surprise or even treating yourself this festive season. It measures 57.5 centimetres deep by 47 centimetres wide. It has a satin black frame. You even see the staples still on the corners on the reverse where the cardboard's protection for in transit has been removed. So this item probably hasn't actually adorned a wall. It deserves to. We're pricing it at just £75, but what is it, you may ask? There is a number 44. There is Patronus Mercedes. I'm hinting. It's a Lewis Hamilton signed, mounted, printed collection of whether it's 2015 or 2017 championship year. This is clearly a celebration piece. There's a photograph that's landscape at the top where he's in his championship winning car and it's signed. Photograph below that is him standing on top of the car. I know that because I watch Formula One regularly. He's holding aloft the Union Jack flag, looking super proud, but with his crash helmet on. Over on the right, there's 3 more photos, smaller ones. One where he's driving his amazing championship-winning Mercedes Formula One car with the Union Jack aloft. Now, that must take a bit of skill, if not winning the championship, of course. There's another one where he's holding his hands aloft, smiling to the camera in a post-race press conference. And the bottom right, I feel that this must be Spa-Francorchamps. It's absolutely teeming down with rain. These guys are amazing. Lewis Hamilton is amazing. I think you need this piece or gift it to somebody that you love. Now, the Children's Trust have so many items at Christmas to buy, but also we have a winter illuminations event taking place on site at Tadworth Court between the 7th and the 9th of December. There's still time to buy your tickets. It's 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Suggest you wrap up warm. So much to see, but the winter festivities await you through the gates of Tadworth Court. There'll be a light trail, carol singing, hot chocolate and mulled wine, Hurry along. Adults are £11 a ticket and children's just £7. So you can order these online. So the childrenstrust.org.uk/winter-illuminations to book. I'd love to see you here. Everything you do for the Children's Trust supports children with brain injury. Thank you.
This is the Planet Reigate podcast.
Yeah, just checking off the list here, we've mentioned Reigate Redhill, Wray Common, Merstham, South Nutfield, Norwood Hill, Brockham and Brockham Green, Gatton Park, Charlwood, Earlswood, Hawley, Reigate Hill and Woodhatch. Yeah, okay, well that's a job well done, isn't it? Thanks very much indeed to my guests. Thank you to you for the loan of your ears. Next week, we're going to be hearing my report from Wray Common School Christmas Fayre that I was at last weekend. And also we're going to be hearing from the Reigate Roses Netball Club, of which Amber is a member.
I just want to practice my netball a bit more because at school there are lots of people and I really want to be with my friends in the A team as well, and it's fun being at Reigate Roses. I've made lots of new friends here, but my other friends also go here, and I quite like there are lots of different positions that you can play. So you can try new positions and see what you like, and it's really fun. You don't just do like matches, you also play really fun games, and it helps you like learn more netball, and it's really fun as well as like competition.
And in the next few weeks we'll hear from Reigate Ladies Joggers and also Renewed Hope as well. And you may have seen on my social media that over Christmas we got a couple of special editions of the show as well. Thank you so much indeed for listening. I'm Peter Stewart.
The 60-second soundscape. Local natural sounds. Uninterrupted.
Well, it's a natural sound, but maybe not as you would expect. It's taken from Redhill bus station and the sound of the 4:30 bus to Woodhatch as it arrives and leaves. As heard on the Planet Reigate podcast.
Oh, so you guys? Yeah, I'm changing drivers. Oh, right, okay.